Coming up on today's show, forum special, we'll be having a look at your work and what's going on with the group builds and the SIGs in the forum. We're also going to be looking at the Sherman. We've been playing with pigments, something that I don't do normally, but using oils and pigments on this build. Absolutely loved every minute of it. It's turned into a fantastic build. I'm really enjoying it. So we'll be looking at those. Kit reviews up this week. We had the T6. This is the Kitty Hawk Harvard. Absolutely fantastic kit. And also Special Hobbies Great G50. Plus all the other news and gossip. Hello, welcome to Flory Models. I'm Flory. Well, as you can see, Sherman is all done. Okay, absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this build. I have to say, not my normal way of modelling, if I'm honest. One is I don't really do armour, see, he says, after just doing a World War I tank. But generally, it's just that thing of different way of doing it. Obviously put it together standard construction techniques, but for a first time, I haven't used the wash, okay? The traditional sort of Flory Models washes, I think, lend themselves to doing this absolutely fantastic. And that's normally what I do. I sort of come in, splodge them round, and then it gives you that nice muddy effect and everything else like that. This time though, I thought, right, we're going to try something completely different. So we're going to use oils, okay? So that's actually what we did on this complete build. We've used oils and the new sort of Flory Models pigments, okay, to recreate different types of weathering that you could do with the washes, but to be honest, it's easier with pigments and oils. And that is things like rust effects, okay, rust effects, and also sort of like heavy, worn, muddy type of look to things. And that's what we did on this one, was literally going around, putting down the oil wash, no problem at all, chuck it around everywhere, pretty straightforward, changing the colours a bit, so we used a bit of burnt umber, a bit of raw sienna, things like that, to go around, changing it around a little bit. Then we went in with the pigments, which is something I've never done before, not on the extent of like this. I've used pigments for scrubbing and various things for weathering, but to sit out and just say, right, just pigments, just oils, that's it, is completely alien to me. But I have to say, I loved it. It was a lot of fun to do. It's one of those things where if things don't go technically right, you don't have to worry about it too much. You can just get in there, give it a bit of a scrub over and start again with it, which was the nice thing about it. The oils, okay, they're very slow, and to be honest, if I was pressurized for time, I wouldn't do it because of using the oils on this one, it's taken a week. Purely because you put the oils on, put the pigment on, the oils bleed through the pigment, and then it kills your pigment off. So then you need to give it another coat, and then another coat, and another coat. But things like on the top where I was trying to recreate, you know, the crew, it's muddy, it's wet, I've gone out, crawled all over it. You got a little bit of rust bleeding through there because it's being scuffed and chipped up and it's starting to come through, mixed with mud, mixed with cordite from the 50 cal on the top and everything else going around it. It worked well because you're layering up on top of each other, and it gives you a very, what I think is a very realistic look to the top of the actual turret as well. And obviously the crew access areas, that it would be polished because they're getting in and out, but you're polishing the grime in. It's not like you're polishing metal and scuffing it off. It's too heavy for that. It doesn't happen. But what they are doing is grime is getting literally pushed into it and grimed into it quite nicely. So that's what we did. So thoroughly enjoyed it. The pigments are going to be available in the next 2 weeks. Literally we're just waiting on a little bit of artwork, get it to the printers, get them to do all the labeling, get it back, and it's ready to go. But I have to say, really had a lot of fun doing it, and I've learnt a lot, which is, you know, it's not to say I know it all, because I certainly don't, but using the pigments has always been what I thought was a very straightforward, just chuck it on, blah blah blah. I've now learnt the more art form to do it with layering pigments and using oils to work with pigments instead of just using things like a pigment fixer to put down. The way that oils will change the effect, change the looks of also the pigments stain the oils and the oils stain the pigments, and then finding out how that balances and how it works well and everything else like that. So what I'm going to do now is show you a quick clip from what's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks to the Sherman. Okay, slight confession, was playing with these, and to be honest it was too rusty, too old looking for really what I was after, because obviously we want this tank to look like it's being used, so it isn't just going to sit there and go rusty and everything else. So what I've done is, you might be able to see these are a lot darker than they are before. You can still see a little bit of rusty things coming through on the underside. All it did was, once I'd finished it and given it the oil wash and everything else, I went over it with a little bit of XF84, this is the dark iron, and just gave it a thin coat. So it's like a 50-50 mix, very light coat over it, just to darken it down. And whilst it's okay, it's nothing you would write home about, if we're honest. It's not the best looking track in the world. So what we're going to do is now, this is where hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to come to life, all right? So all we're going to do is taking a brush, and I'm wondering if we can get away with a bigger one. That one's still got something on it, but it shouldn't matter for what I have in mind. What we've got down here is some earth. This is the light earth colour. It's not quite out yet, but it will be. If you've got the Flory Models stuff, this is the Pro Modeler, to be honest one. It's going to be re-released, okay, under the Flory Models brand name, but this is going to be light earth. So all we're doing is just taking a bit, dust it off, all right? And then, as you can see, this is still wet, so this is going to act as our fixer, and then hopefully, if I remember how to do this, it's going to darken everything and dust it all down. So all we're going to do is very lightly going to rub the track all over with this stuff. Okay, now you can be quite generous with it because it is quite wet, all of this. And then what we're hoping it is that this will grip in the track and it will just make it look old and wear it down and everything else like that. Now this brush may be a little bit too big for this, okay, but all you can do is get in there and we're just gonna lightly go around, okay, and then when you've got too much, just flick it out. You can take a little bit of this is sand, okay, be a little bit too much there, and all we're going to do, lightly sprinkle some bits over there, knock it off, and then give it a rub just to give it some different colours in here and everything else. So, and again, we can go right over now and begin to wear it all in, and hopefully, as you can see, it's bringing it really to life, and we get our nice now rusty metal track look, okay, as it goes right the way through. Now I've already started this one over here, and this one you can see it's been dry brushed, okay, so this one will give you probably a little bit better of a feeling of exactly what's going to happen, but because it's been dry brushed it won't stick to those bits because they're very loose, okay, and we can go round, okay, and by knocking off and then just rub it with your finger and you'll notice that the metal work comes back. Okay, so it is a personal choice of what colour you want it to be. If you want to go, if you were doing something more sandy colour, you know, you'd go for more of the sand, obviously, texture. This is because we're going for the earth colours, purely because of what it is. Alright, so as you see, it's a bit messy going round and everything else, but, you know, little flicky movements just to get it into the corners, and then obviously get it out of areas where you don't want, and then literally running your finger over it, and this will re-polish up those tracks, and then hopefully, as you can see, it gives us that nice metallic look in the areas if you want, and then the rest of it is going to be dirty, okay, and then we got the inside, and we can just repeat down here on the inside, get it in there, and it'll stick in some areas, other areas it's not going to, but it should also, well, I'm hoping, give it a nice weighted look to the tracks, okay, and also because of the pigment it will dry out the oil wash that's down in there and it gets stuck to it. So if you like, it's working like a fixer as well as everything else, so it's a sort of all-in-one job. Now, as I say, I'm not an expert on armour by any means. This is just a way that I've done it over the years, okay, just to do it. But when you're working with oils, you have a little bit more time. If you were using a more sort of our normal clay wash, things like that, you're not going to have the time. You have to sort of do this all in one. That way the pigment actually sticks and fixes onto it. Now this end, what I'm going to do, just to show you, I'm going to do this in the yellow. Okay, this is our sandy yellow colour, to show you what you could do with the, if you were talking the more deserty type things. Okay, so you'd have a more yellowy colour, but you can mix the two, and that's what I like to do. I like to mix the two together to give a very nice, warm, dusty look to it all. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to knock all of that back, making sure you do the edges as well, and then just run your finger around to actually make them, the metal areas, pop. Okay, and there we go. So that's the difference between still to be done, halfway done, of all three. Okay, so you're literally just going to work your way through the actual build. So as you say, plenty of pigment. Okay,
And this one, again, hopefully you can see how the thing about actually putting down the silver work first, or the dry brushing, really pops out. And as I say, you can make up all your different shades and your colours as you make your way through. Got a loose track there, just flip that one off. Okay, so we're just going to take off all the excess, just flicking it all out. Okay, then give it a rub, and there is our metally, rusty, stroke everything tracks, all done just like that. But as you say, if you're doing oils, chuck your pigment over the top, gives it loads to stick to, because if you wanted to, you could have it really chunky and very messy, and then just lightly brush your finger, and that will give you your sort of mud or dusty look inside that metal track. Obviously we don't probably want it quite as much as that, so you can go around and just flick a little bit off. Okay, just empty a little bit out as you go. Okay, but if you wanted to, as I said before, grab a little bit of the others, gently sprinkle some around here, there and everywhere, and you can get different wears of colour and textures and things down into these, just to give it that look. Okay, something like that, and that's how I do my rusty tracks. And if I'm honest with you, I've tried a different way and it didn't really work, so I've sort of almost gone back to old school. But it's a bit difficult when you're trying to show on these, but hopefully you can see this guy here. I've gone for a really rusty, weathered look. This guy here has gone for more of a natural one, but it is your personal choice of exactly how you want your tracks to actually be. But there we go. By looking, if we do it somewhat in stages, if you wanted to, we've got this guy here. It's just obviously had the wash on and everything else, and then you've got your pigments brushed. Then your pigments go down, as you can see, some really nice. And as I say, because it's a buffable, rub your finger across the top of it and it all comes back. And if you want that really old rusty look to your tracks, then obviously you can go along for something like that. Okay, so it's personal choice of how you want to do it and everything else. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget, you can't really go wrong, because you could always just rinse these all off and start again. It's only pigments at the end of the day going down on there.
So there you go. That's just literally a quick clip. To be honest, I'm probably going to try and break it down and take that footage and put it as a standalone for the site as well, about using the pigments and various things, because as I said, it's quite in depth about it. It's a two-parter just using pigments, as you're going to come up to it. You've got part 5 on the site now, which basically talks about dry brushing and doing those areas. Then you've actually got the pigment set coming in onto it, and then basically I think it's an hour about using the pigments and oils and everything else together and putting it down on there to get this type of effect, certainly. But if you wanted to go for a sort of rusty sort of look to it and all the rest of it, then this is the one you want to do, because as I say, it lends itself very, very easily, very nicely to it. And it's just little things as well, like radiator grills, giving them a smoky, greasy look to them. We used it on the back of this one and it went down absolutely fantastic. So that's basically done. That's the nice thing about this, because it's quick together. Spent loads of time doing the weathering, which I absolutely love. So that's the great thing about armour. It goes together so quickly, then you get on with all the nice bits and everything else. Because of that, sadly to say, the Jaguar is still here and hasn't been painted yet. So a little bit behind on the Jaguar, but to be honest, I got so carried away with this and getting all the pigments, as you can see, it's a bit messy around here, all the stowage on there and everything else, that I didn't have time to get on with the Jag. But that said, this one is now basically out of the way. Still got to do the base, which I'm still working out what I'm going to do with, but I'm going to be getting on with the Jag early next week, so the Jag will be finished as well. And everything else, and that way we can then crack on with our next kits. But I must say, I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Loads and loads of fun with that one. PVA glue, pigments and everything else, and oils is the way to go, I'm thinking. So if you're doing armour and you want to have a look, definitely have a look at this video build as it starts to make its way along. Okay, so as I say, a bit of a special show, this one. There's two reasons for it. One is we were going to do the forum anyway. Secondly, my other computer's gone tech on me. So it's basically gone hard bent, so that's put pay to that one. So what we're going to do now is have a look around the forum. Hello guys, welcome to Flory Models. A little bit different this today. I can't actually use the screen grab software we normally have for running around the forum and the site and things like that, purely because, to be honest, I've had a couple of monitors go down together on the other computer. So we're down on the Studio One. A quick run through, if you don't know, a few of the little areas. Obviously, probably the most important one is the Today area, so you can either click it up here, or if you click on this little logo here, it will take you to the Today page. and that will give you up to date. Every single day we have something, or weekdays that is, we have something go up. So yesterday we had the reviews, you can look at those just there. And we got, obviously Wednesday we had the next part of the Sherman went up. Tuesday we had the live show. Also we had another part with me and Ben as well, doing our bit on there. And then we got things like the figure painting went up on Monday, so forth and so on. Okay, a couple of new things. Obviously the kit review area really starting to take shape now. So I don't know, Kitty Hawk's getting quite busy. So if you click in there, if you go like 148 scale, you've got all the reviews for them down in there. Obviously you've got the open up menu on the side here as well, down here. So you can click on there, and there's the 30-second ones. And it's the same for the other things. So if you're going to go into Airfix, you can go 1/72. I will get some other logos done, and you've got all the reviews in that actual area. Okay, don't forget the video builds, usual thing. They're in our little video build sections we got just down here. So as I say, normal thing, click on the thumbnails. These are the older ones, these are the new HD, the nicer ones if you like. But basically the ones where I'm going to change them over to be in the kit boxes instead of the last photo we did of them. But like Easy 8 we're working on obviously at the moment. You're just going to need to log in. Sorry, I thought I had. Okay, and then you can see them all down in here as it runs through, just like this. And then at any point we're up to part 5, you can just click play and you can watch them in the player. If we just pull forward, you can see it like that. And obviously you can then up the settings, so you can go at the moment up to 1080. Okay, give it a sec just to buzz through, and obviously it's nice and clear. But if you wanted to, obviously you can go full screen where it should be nice and crystal clear for you. I know a lot of you now are actually streaming it onto full size TVs and things like that. It'll be nice and clear on that as well. Just remember to click it up into your high quality and you'll get certainly a better look at it. Okay, and then you can just skip forward and back and everything as you like. Okay, so once you've done all of those, the other area is the tutorial area. Okay, so in the tutorial area we've got the basic airbrushing, the basic modelling, which is that type of things we've done before. Those that were with the videos, the actual DVDs. Now we've got all these sections coming down here. So we've got the one on Ben's figure painting series, that's down in here now. Okay, and you've got all 3 videos that we did with those, actually on all your figure painting. And then you've got other things down here as well. We've got the one on metal finishes and how we did all of that. Those videos, they're all down in here, okay, right the way through. Plus other tutorials on various things like we've got down here, rescribing, ink washes, the series I did about using inks and things like that, making up your own, we talk about it in there as well, and right the way through, okay. The photo build, usual thing. They are all down there, which is some of your work, some of our work, and everybody's all mixed together. So you should have down in here, once you've gone through them down here, here's a blast from the past. Okay, this is one of mine actually from around about 2000. Okay, right the way down there, just like that. So there's some of the old-fashioned sort of photo builds as well as the more modern video builds. Okay. Down on this side we've got the featured area, so we've got some of the builds going on at the moment down here from the team guys. So down here we've got Stefan's amazing work. These are the part log of it. So then once you want to go in a bit deeper, we'll get this one updated again. You can see Stefan's actual photo build of the actual entire thing. Okay, now if you did want to know about answering questions and stuff like that, have a word with Stefan in the forum. He's got the full video log and everything going on there as well. Okay, but again there's all the other bits and pieces and it's all clickable, so you can go in and all the rest of it. Okay, shameless plug up here, obviously in the store we've got the various things. Don't forget we ship worldwide. All orders from £1 to basically £60 is £3.50 anywhere in the world. Okay, orders over £60 it's completely insured, signed for shipping, done by us as well. The only 2 exceptions is Brazil and Italy. Really sorry guys, but we lose everything that goes there. It's as if your postage system's like a black hole, because if we put anything in there it disappears. But if we do it on an insurance one you can. So just remember, click on this and add it to the cart. That's your insurance, £4.95, fully trackable and insured and everything else. The sanders, obviously all your sanders are just down in this section, so you've got the full sets, and individually just down in there as well. And then if we just go back a page, you've actually got obviously the washes, just the same thing as the video on using the washes there. There's all your washes, all right. And then last but no means least, we've actually got the various things. So we've got our lovely hoodies that we do, the polo shirts, the mugs, mouse mat, pens, sticker set. Okay, now if you're a member, just remember you've got members offers down here in the members area. Okay, so all you do, click down here and you can get your washes then for £32.50 for a full set. So you're saving quite a bit of money, and you're going to get then 30% off of the sander set as well, full sander set. Don't forget you get 10% off everything airbrush as well. Okay, also the Kit Buyers Club is coming online at the moment. Basically it's a £50 yearly fee, and we will get you everything at 25 to 30% off of the retail price. Okay, this is actually the sales team, so it's not anything technically to do with me, but as you can see you can get some things at some very nice prices. Like down here at the moment they're offering the MiG-29 Fulcrum, the Great Hall Robbie's one for basically 30 quid. Okay, they've got 2 left in there. They've got quite a few Hawks kicking around at the moment, but normally it's 25 quid. They're doing it for 18.75, and various things. 50 quid for the T90, they're doing it for 37.50. all right, so there's some good bargains and deals coming up that one as well. So if you do want to join the club, it's an annual subscription fee to the club of £50. Okay, but then you could save anything. We did a deal for a member recently where it was a £120 kit and the guy's got it for 75, so it paid for his fee in one. So he's got to do is buy something else and he's done. Okay, so next off into the forum. So down here in the forum, usual thing guys, we've got the new system now, the latest topics, which replaces the old one. I prefer this because basically when you click on it, you just go down. Everything with a star means you haven't read it. Okay, and I haven't been in the forum this morning, so you can see it. If you end up with, if we just go forward a couple of pages, hopefully a black star. Okay, this is where I put the update on last night. Okay, so that's because it's blacked out. It means I've read it. So all these ones with yellows are posts that have gone up that I actually haven't read. All right, so that's why you sort of need to go up. Now this is great because basically it keeps 12 pages. I think it's 12. Yeah, 12 pages of everything. So in theory you cannot miss anything on the forum now. Okay, whereas before we used to lose it. If you scroll right the way to the bottom, you can see down in here, which I still haven't managed to get over here, and also if you highlight it, it's a nifty little trick comes up, you can actually see the last posts that were put up. Okay, so these are the actual topics, the last topics that went up, not the last post. The other system shows you the last post that went up. This is the topics, okay, that actually went up onto the actual site. All right, so there we go. So anyway, a couple of interesting things to talk about. The group builds, obviously scrolling down to the group build area. I know you guys hate me scrolling around here because it makes you all feel sick, but basically we've got down here the actual group builds and the SIGs and everything going on at the moment, and the buddy builds, as I say, they're all now put into these nice things. I know they're a bit compressed, but it saves everyone scrolling forever. Now, got to talk about it. The Night Fighters Through the Ages, 5th of April that was going to finish, so we're going to have to really get on with that. We've got 20 finishes at the moment, 72 on the go, so let's have a quick look. D-Boss with his one. What have we got down here? Hobby Boss, this is the Hellcat, folded up in the stowed. Nice job on that one. Very good. Nice subtle weathering on that. Nice finish as well. As I say, you get hit it with the flash, everything stands out. Very nice job on that one. What else have we got? We've got the Edard BF 109. Very nice in the camo work there. Who's done that one? Paul Lane. Nice job. Very good. And we were talking about those aerials on the front on the live show, I do believe. What a pain they are, but they work. Okay. Again, very nice paint job, nice mottling on that paint job as well. It's not easy to keep it random, if you like. Okay. Okay, what else have we got down here? Nice one. Wing Nut Wings, Sopwith Putt. Beautiful figure painting as well, seeing as that's our thing at the moment. Very nicely done. Nice little base as well. Something simple, nice bit of slate with the grass and all of that. That's actually fantastic. Very nice. Remember, all the full builds for these are actually in the forum as well. So you can go off and see it, okay? But again, fantastic work on that one. Really nice. Nice job on the figure. The diorama, the little base like that, absolutely works fantastic. Very nice. Trumpeter Hellcat, Steve McEwen. So what it'll do, it automatically loads you to the bottom if you've looked at it before. Okay, there's another one. A little bit more heavy weathered on that one. Nice job though, with the grime effect over that. Gives it that nice look to it all. Pulling it around. It's not ever an easy aircraft to work with, and it's with the blue paint scheme like that as well. It's not an easy one to get right, but you've sort of nailed that one. That's really, really nice. Very nice. It's got that sort of halfway between dusty and sort of navalised grime look to it. And actually that colour lends itself quite well to the Far East as well. So very nice job on that. Nice little patching work as well. And just the way you got the chipping and the weathering with the decals working for you instead of against you. It's very easy for decals to work against you. Okay, very nice job on that one. Travis, we'll have a quick look at Travis's. Something a little bit different, okay. It's nice to see, remember to put your build threads in as well. So if you wanted to, you can click on that one. Takes you off to the build thread. Ooh, gotta go back. Scoop to the top. Okay, and you get to the build thread. So remember to put that link in your work, okay. It just makes things a lot easier. Okay, so again, mosquitoes, never easy because they're blank canvases, but nailed that one. Nice mottling, nice little bit of wash going around in there as well, just to give it with nice finish as well, that sort of satin sheen to it. Absolutely beautiful, very nice job on that one. Okay, just trying to find something a little bit more. Felix, anything with Felix on works for me. Okay, Peter Fox. Stunning job, Peter, very nice. Tricky kit to work with as well. Actually very, very nice on that one. And it's nice to see it sort of in the folded up configuration as well. Very nice, all of that. Nice job, nice weathering. Not easy working with the white, we've talked about this one before as well. But generally, very good. And I say, it's an interesting wing fold set they have on those. And because he's got Felix on the side, get extra bonus points from me. But as I said, this wing fold system is an amazing design. Makes you wonder if you've got a bit, you know, windy on the ship deck with them folded up like that. Must be like sails on the side. Pretty good, all of that. Okay, so don't forget we've got the Middle Eastern group build going on at the moment, which is the Stirring Up Dust one. You got the till 21st of June. Don't forget there's medals and all the various bits going to be working with this one. We've got 150, I think it is, just under 150 entries into this one. Some nice ones coming through here. Mirage F1, Ola's done. Oh, sorry, it's because I've had a look through this already. It always drops you to the bottom, which can be a bit of a pain when you're returning to stuff. Okay, so beautiful work on that one, as you can see. If we can put up a little link, guys, to the actual build thread, that'd be fantastic. Just makes, you know, the guys looking for it easier to do. Okay, very nice, 148. This is the Artillery kit, so it just shows you can make a fantastic model from the older ones. Okay, very nice job on this one, as you can see all the way through. Nice weathering. You know, quite subtle with the wash right over it as well. It's not blaring in your face. Okay, nice job on that. Nice clean photographs as well, which is lovely on a nice clean background. Okay, so well done to him. We've also got, we just have a through, T60, Ralph. Great job on this one with the reactor plate armour on there as well, as you can see. Very nice job on that one. And now I've got the armour bug, you see I'm well into this one. Nice with the chain as well, with the correct sort of sag on it and stuff like that. Something I've been playing with on mine. And the actual tying down as well. Very nice job on that one. Okay, well done Ralph. What else we got? BTR 80, Toby Page. Nice to see you've got a little bit of history on it as well. Thank you Wikipedia. And he has got the actual build. This is the correct way of doing it, guys. Sorry to be a pain on it, but it really is nice if you can add the proper information. So if you just literally copy and paste and you can change it, that's fantastic, because guys who are coming through looking at this, it just makes things a lot easier, okay, that they can go through, have a look, right, got an idea for it, and then go back and have a look at your build as well with this one. So as you can see, we've got this is the trumpeter, it's got the kit number as well, thank you. The BTR 80, completely out of the box with a few other bits and pieces on top of the wash and everything else. And as you can see, very nicely done. Nice simple diorama base as well, which is absolutely lovely, really sets it off. Some nice job on that one. As you can see, lovely clean photos, very well lit as well, and as I said, lighting is absolutely everything with these. Brilliant job on that one, well done. Right, okay, what else have we got? Got the Israeli Defense, 172nd, sorry, this is the Voltor 2 6-day war. As I said, this was the great thing about this group build. You can do anything, you know, literally anything you like down here, and this is a classic example. You don't see this kit around very often. beautifully done for something actually so small. It looks more like a 1/48 if I'm honest, so that's a great thing when you actually get the scaling wrong. Makes you wonder how it gets off the ground though with a tail like that. Okay, beautiful job on that one. As I say, a very little seen aircraft. What else we got? Chris, we're talking about figure painting. There we go again. Great one. This one. This is a Linden bust. Setup. 1/16. Okay, which works out 120 mil. See, I'm up on all of this now. Everything else like that. Great job on that one. He's got a tan and missing teeth. And as I say, I'm now in awe of all of this type of work now because I've seen how much work goes into it. Beautiful job on that one. Really, really nice. Very, very clever. Well done. What else we got down here? We saw the Predator. Rouse done another one. Rouse on a roll. Okay, we got the, this is the Bradley with mine roll. Yeah, with the mine plough system on the front. Great job on that one again. Very nice. Nice with the stowage as well. I think it really adds to the overall effect as well when they've got stowage like that. I must admit, I chucked it all over mine. Fantastic. Okay, so if we just pop back into the forum, just see what else we've got going down here. Okay, we've got the towed and towing vehicle one as well going on. That one, 20 entries into there. Couple of reels. Only got 3 down in here, so we'll have a quick look. Okay, Richard Adams has done the recovery. This is the Revel kit. I say something a little bit different. It's nice to see something a little bit different. Nice with the weathering. It's got that nice sort of dusty look, chipped up, and everything else like that. Love this rusting across the front. That really does look like a cable or something's gouged right across the front of it and taking it off. Very nicely done with that. Just got that just about right amount. Some people overdo this, but you've actually nailed that really nicely. Good job on that one. Nice exhaust jobs as well with the rust, with the burnt look. Okay, what else have we got down here? 72nd Jeep. This is by Keith. Very nice. As I said, it's great to do these smaller scale ones. We were talking about this actually on Facebook. It's lovely because they go together so quickly, so simply, so easily, and then you can work other things into it and just enjoy your work. Nice to see the windscreen goes down as well, and you've got the tarp top for it as well. And the pads, and the guns. All the extras that go with it. Fantastic. Beautiful job on that. Last up down here, we've got... Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. Go back a page into the beginning of it. Saw this one. Absolutely love this one. Competitors. Well done, Gerald. We like this one a lot. This is a 1/35th scale Dragon 8.8 millimeter Panzer Shrek on the cart, being pulled through. Simple yet absolutely beautifully done. Okay, so as you can see, it's one of those things. The more you look around, the more you see. Just down to the rubber work and everything else like that. Absolutely exquisite with the horse. Okay, beautiful job on the drum, the weathering. It just has that overall look, which is something I've tried to do on mine this time, is to give it a wet look. I did it with the World War One with the Somme and that, because it's easy to do dust. I can do dust, that's easy, but making things look like it's wet winter, that has that look to it. Okay, very nicely done. Because you don't want just dusty rocks, that's quite easy. Wet rocks and stuff, hard to do, but it actually has a look like it's like rained, you know, and all the rest of it. Absolutely fantastic. As I say, nice figure painting. The black and white as well shows it off really, really nicely. Great job on that one. We do have to mention that obviously the group builds and everything else. We've got the Easter one starting up in a couple of weeks' time as well. So don't forget, it's our 5th annual Easter egg hunt. The announcement section, we have Sid's parts. Yeah, steady. But Sid has been working hard on doing these, so if we could all sort of join in. So what you've got to do, you get 5 photos and you have to tell him what it is. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it has to be a bit more technical than just saying it's a Harrier wing. We'd like to know the scale, please, exactly what it is in detail. Okay, some of them are quite easy, some of them are quite tricky. Okay, there is prizes for the actual winner, the one who comes up with it first, and everything else like that. So there we go. So make sure you get and have a look in there. So anyway, that's it for this week in the forum. Great work, guys, in the forum. Absolutely fantastic. Probably going to have a look in a couple of weeks as well at some of the normal gallery work, so don't worry if you haven't seen your work on today's show. We'll get it up in the future for those ones. So we had a couple of kit reviews go up this week. I haven't got them because they weren't my kits. To be honest, it was the guys' kits. So we had the Kitty Hawk 132nd Harvard. Looked pretty good, I must admit. Can't see too many faults with it, considering, let's just say, their 148 stuff's been a bit hit and miss. That 32nd stuff seems to be okay. No problems with that at all. And also we had the Special Hobby. We had the G50 Arrow, and that was absolutely a fantastic kit as well. So those video rebuilds are up there on the site right now for you to have a look at. Okay, so that's about it for this week. Sorry it's a bit of a funny show, but as I said, a bit of a technical issues with the computers and the one that does all the editing, so I'm going to have to do this on the old one, which will probably take forever, and everything else like that. So until next week, everybody, happy modelling and take care.